Good evening, Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming, and we are coming to you from South End Grounds in Boston as we move on to September 25th, 1908 in our Sprint to the Pennant 1908 post-Merkle game replay. And in tonight's game, the Pittsburgh Pirates, fresh off a 11-1 thrashing of the Brooklyn Superbas, moved to Boston to take on the Doves. And they will be opposed by Cecil Ferguson pitching for Boston today against the Pirates' second-year phenom Nick Maddox, who was the ace of the staff in 1908. And our seventh inning fun fact today will be about Mr. Maddox. So as we move on to September 25th, the Cubs, capturing a game yesterday against the Giants, which they did not win in real life, now have a one-game lead over both New York and Pittsburgh, as we move one day closer to the final days of the 1908 pennant race in the National League. So lineups for today's game for the Pirates. Leading off in center field, Roy Thomas. Left field will be Fred Clark. Tommy Leach, the diminutive one, at third base. Hannes Wagner at short. Ed Apaticcio at second. Alan Stork at first. Spike Shannon in the left. And catching Maddox tonight will be George Gibson. For the home-standing Boston Doves, Beals Becker, who would be an integral part of the 1914 Merkle Braves, is in right field. Johnny Bates in left, George Brown in right. Fred Stem is the first baseman. Bill Sweeney at third. Harry Smith behind the dish. Jack Hannafin at second. Bill Dolan at short. And, of course, Cecil Ferguson on the hill. And welcome, Matt and Bears fan again. Hope you guys are doing well. And so much fun with this project, getting a rare second game in the same day. So let's get right to it. Pirates and Doves. Roy Thomas set to lead it off against Ferguson. And in real life, the Pirates lost this game 2-1 as Ferguson was masterful in a one-hitter. So they will look to turn this game around and pick one up that they did not get in real life in 1908. So 21 Thomas, and he's going to start this out, putting the ball into play against Ferguson. As my cards are upside down, let me fix that. And that is going to be a fly out to left field to start the game. So one down for the Buccos. And that brings up Fred Clark. And Fred Clark, the left fielder, had a solid 265 campaign in 1908. And here we go, deuces. And Fred Clark, that will be a single, otherwise 1-7 a single, and 9 will be a base on balls. So he takes 4 wide ones. And the Pirates have their first base runner of the game. And Tommy Leach will be the batter. I've been doing a lot of bunting thus far in this, and we're going to let Leach hit away this time. 45, and you know what? I forgot to roll for stuff again. My favorite trait of this game, and I keep forgetting to roll it, Ferguson is going to have his normal stuff, as is Maddox. So that makes it easier for both pitchers. All right, 45 on normal, and that is going to be an out. So a fly out to right field this time, and 2 down, as retreating back to first is Fred Clark. And that's going to bring up Hannes Wagner, the Pirates Hall of Fame shortstop, and Robert RDL 518. Thanks for stopping in. Check out that wonderful channel. And Wagner is going to get a hold of that, and he's going to drive that into the outfield to left. 1-3 advance if a weak arm, and in left field for the Doves with an average arm is Johnny Bates, so that will be station to station. And Wagner with a plus would have got to try a steal if second base was open, but it is not. So first and second. And Ed Apaticcio, one of my favorite names from 1908, which kind of rolls off the tongue. Apaticcio had a good game against the Brooklyn Superbas yesterday, and he's about to replicate that as he drives one into the outfield. And that's going to be a base hit into right field, a second to home, F&A score, and F fast, A average. Tommy Leach is a fast runner. So he is going to come around to score, and first to third will hold unless he is an F runner, and Hannes Wagner is indeed fast. So he goes to third, and Apeticio has an RBI single. Pirates jump right out to a 1-0 lead, and they're fresh off an 11-run performance against the Superbas yesterday. So the bats remain hot here in Boston. 2 down, runners at the corner for Alan Stork, and here comes a pitch to Stork, 34, going to Ferguson's card, and that's going to be another single. So Pirates jumping all over Ferguson here in the first inning. That's a base hit to right field as well. And first to third, F and an A go to third, and Apeticio is an A. So coming in to score the second run of the game for the Pirates, they're off to a fast start yet again on the RBI single by Stork. It is 2-0 Pittsburgh, and that brings up Spike Shannon, ironically acquired from the New York Giants during the season in a trade. Very rare that you traded a starting quality player to another contender, but the Giants did so. 46, and we're going to go to the ballpark card, a no home run possible result, and 7 off the ballpark card for it's going to be a left-handed hitter with a right-handed pitcher on the mound, and that is going to be a foul ball. We'll do that again. So Ferguson drove that down the right field line, and it hooked just foul. Here comes a pitch, 35, and 35 single on a 1-2. That is not. So Ferguson's going to get out of this inning as it's going to be a ground ball down to first base. 3-1 on the putout there, and the Pirates are retired in the top of the first, but not before they cash in a couple of runs on 3 hits. And once again, Pittsburgh off to a fast start, lead at 2-0, and the Boston Doves coming to bat. All right, Beals Becker, who again will be a mainstay of the 1914 World Series champions, leads off against Maddox, and 34, he's going to get a single off the pitcher's card to start the game. So Becker down to first, and Johnny Bates, who is a 258 hitter, and he's going to try a sacrifice bunt. He is a 5, and he gets that down. That is going to be successful. And 5, that's hit to the third baseman. So moving to second is Becker. 5-3 on the putout, and the sacrifice for Bates. So the Doves with a runner in scoring position as they look to chip into the Pirates' 2-0 lead. And George Brown steps to the plate. Maddox gets a sign, kicks, delivers, and that is going to be an out. And that sacrifice saved a double play as Brown. It's going to be a ground ball down to first base, and taking that himself to the bag to record the out is Alan Stork. So 3 unassisted, and over to third goes Beals Becker, and the Boston Doves with their first run 90 feet away, 2 outs for Fred Stem. Maddox looking to get out of the inning, kicks, delivers, and 23 to Stem, swing and a miss. So Stem strands a leadoff single at third as we head to the second inning. Pittsburgh up 2-0 over Boston early in this one. And for the Pirates, it's going to be Gibson, Maddox, and then top of the order to Roy Thomas. And IDJ has once again joined us for the 2011 dead ball season. Big fan of the dead ball era as Gibson steps in. 42, that is going to be an automatic out off of Gibson's card. And that will be a ground ball down to first base. Unassisted there on the putout is Fred Stem. So Maddox, a pitcher who breezed through a fairly easy first inning for the Pirates, steps in, 43, and going to Ferguson's card. 43 is going to be a base on balls. So Maddox draws 4 wide ones from his counterpart, and the Pirates are in business. Top of the order, Roy Thomas, who flew out to left field his first time up. 65, and that's going to be a potential home run, -10 off the pitcher's card. and not going to happen there. Instead, that will be a fly out to center field. Second out of the inning, and we have a runner still on first base for Fred Clark, who drew a walk and scored his first time up. 35, once again, coming off of Ferguson's card, would be a single on a roll of 1-2. Not happening. It's going to be a ground ball down to third base, and the side will be retired. So the walk to the pitcher is wasted as we head to the bottom of the second inning. Pirates 2, Dubs 0, and it'll be Bill Sweeney, Harry Smith, and Jack Hanifin for the Boston 9. Maddox gets a sign. Here comes a pitch, and against the left-handed thrower, Sweeney takes advantage of the split result and drives a single into right field. So Boston once again in business with a leadoff hit to start the second inning. Harry Smith, the batter, and he is going to hit away 15, and 15 will definitely be an out. Right-handed hitter, that's a ground ball down to third, and runner to second, batter out. So that's a slow roller, and charging that is Tommy Leach. He has only one play to first base, 5-3 on the putout. And Sweeney to second, and that will bring up the feeble hitting Jack Hanifin, hit 206 in 1908. The Dove second baseman digs in, waits for the pitch, and 55, and Hanifin comes through. That's going to be a single into center field, and the runner on second's not going to be around to score, so we'll have runners at the corners with one out. And Hanifin also will try to steal 12. And that is going to be above his jump rating, so he'll have to stay put at first base as we have Boston shortstop Bill Dahlin up next. Dahlin, with a pitcher spot on deck, wants to get it done here for the Dubs. Here comes a pitch, and 45 off of Maddox's card, and that is going to be an out. So first and third, that will be a ground ball to the pitcher, and that's going to be a 1-6-3 double play. A pitcher with a weak arm, though, only gets a fielder's choice, and Maddox has a weak arm, so the Dubs are going to push a run across on that. It will be an RBI fielder's choice to Dahlin as Sweeney comes across to score. And 1-6 on the putout. Hanifin is retired at second base, and it is now 2-1. Pitcher spot coming up for the Dubs. So Cecil Ferguson with a chance to help his own cause early in this one. Here comes a pitch. 32 to Ferguson and Maddox. That's going to be an out, and the inning will end as that's popped up into foul territory. Third baseman Tommy Leach pulls that in for the Pirates, and we head to the third inning. The Dubs get a couple of hits and a run. And we've played 2 complete. It is Pittsburgh 2, Boston 1. We'll see now if both pitchers settle down into a dead ball era pitchers duel. Tommy Leach to lead it off for the Pirates here in the top of the third. And here comes a pitch from Ferguson, and Leach gets a hold of that. That is going to be a single into center field. And Leach with a 10 on the 1D20. That's not going to be enough to get a jump to steal, so he'll stay put. As Hannes Wagner steps up, and Wagner singled and scored his first time up. He will not be bunting, 16. Sadly, though, that will be an out for Hannes, and that's going to be a double play, 6-4-3 on the putout. And, of course, coming up on the card there, anytime there is an X, if it is a ground ball, it is an automatic double play. So 2 down, bases empty. Ferguson avoids a jam there as Apaticio, RBI single in the first, steps in. And 56, swing and a miss. So Ferguson comes back with a fury against Apaticio, strikes him out this time as the Pirates waste a leadoff single. We head to the bottom of the third inning. It is 2-1, Pittsburgh up. And for the Dubs in the bottom of the third, it's going to be Beals Becker, Johnny Bates, and George Brown. And Brown, a former New York Giant. So 64 to Becker, and that's going to go to Maddox's card. That will be an out. And that's going to be driven into right field. An easy routine put out there for... okay, Spike Shannon in right, sorry. Had two left fielders on my score sheet accidentally. Johnny Bates comes up. He grounded out to third his first time up. 43, and here comes a pitch. 43 is going to be off the pitcher's card and possible walk on a roll of 1 to 6. It is above that, so that'll be a ground ball back to Maddox. The easy toss to first. And Bates is retired, 2 down in the bottom of the third. George Brown will be the batter for the Dubs. And 36 to Brown, once again going to the pitcher's card, and that is going to be another out. So side is retired as Brown drives that into right field. An easy play out there for Shannon. 3 up, 3 down go the Dubs. We are through 3. It's 2-1 Pittsburgh. And Daniel Patana has joined us, watching you on a road trip driving through Queensland, Australia. That's cool. So what are you doing down there? Just going out sightseeing or vacation time, or just driving in general? That's awesome. Love it when people join us from around the world as we head to the top of the 4th inning. Alan Stork to lead it off. And here comes a pitch from Ferguson, and Stork just misses a hit there. That is going to be a ground ball down to third. So 5-3 on the putout. Bill Sweeney with a nice play ranging to his left. Brings up Spike Shannon. Shannon grounded out to first base his first time up. 54, and we go to the dreaded 54 chart. Wild result. Base is empty. That's going to be a fly ball to right field. Roll versus E rating for an error. And if an error, go to the exotic chart. So there we go. 18 is our 1D20 roll. And in right field for the Dubs, George Brown, close. He has an error rating of 14. Bobbles that around a little bit and hangs on for the out. 2 down. And that brings up the catcher, George Gibson. And Gibson grounded out to first base unassisted his first time up. 46, we're going to the ballpark card. And again, no home run possible. That's going to be a single into center field and a chance to stretch this. All right, so in center field for the Dubs, and this could be good or bad news. We have, holy crap, their entire outfield has strong arms. So that has an assist rating of 6, and he's going to get gunned down trying to stretch a single into a double. 8-4 on the putout. So the Pirates get a little bit too aggressive here in the top of the 4th, and Brown is gunned down trying to get the extra base. We head to the bottom of the frame. 2-1, Pittsburgh still up on top. And IDJ says he's kangaroo hunting. You know, hunt kangaroos. They're adorable, man. And our friend Kent has joined us at the ballpark as well. Welcome, my friend. As Fred Stem is set to lead it off for the Dubs, facing a 2-1 deficit. 61, Maddox, and that'll be a strikeout on 1 to 12. 14 doesn't get it done. That's going to be a ground out instead to the pitcher. So Maddox with the easy play there. Retiring Stem, 1 down for the Dubs in the 4th. Digging in is third baseman Bill Sweeney. Here comes a pitch, 55, and Sweeney, that's going to be a single into right field. Sweeney goes the opposite way, and he's going to try and steal as well. And 5, that is within his jump rating against Maddox. So catching for the Pirates, George Gibson has an average arm, so that will be no adjustment to the steal rating. And Sweeney, 14 or less. He goes. Here comes the throw down to second, and Sweeney easily beats it. So stolen base, and the Dubs have a runner in scoring position, the tying runner, and that brings up Harry Smith. And Daniel says the only roos he sees are on the side of the road sleeping. See, we don't hunt kangaroos, IDJ. What's wrong with you, man? Come on. Harry Smith, the batter. Maddox gets a sign. 56, and 56 is going to go to the pitcher's card, and 56 will be a swing and a miss. Maddox with a high heat, and he challenged Smith. Smith not up to the challenge, goes down on strikes, 2 down, and Jack Hanifin, Dub's second baseman, the batter, and Hanifin, that's going to be a single. Will that get the run home? Base hit to center field. A second to home is going to hold. So cautious base running by Sweeney could have tied the game. And Hanifin also with the plus is going to get a steal chance. Jumper of 17. It's not going to be able to get a jump. So back to first he goes as Bill Dolan comes up. Dolan reached on a fielder's choice and drove in a run his first time up. 13, and that's going to do it as Maddox induces the ground out to second base. 4-3 on the putout. That's going to go Apaticio to Stork. And the Doves, perhaps getting a bit too conservative on the base paths, lose a chance to tie it as we head to the 5th inning. 2-1 Pittsburgh up on top. And our good friend D. Scott Howard has joined us at the ballpark. And he says, Clinton Parks just told me he's looking to move down your way. That is a lookout. IDJ is moving to Idaho if Clinton comes to Florida. As we start the top of the 5th inning, it's going to be the pitcher spot, Maddox, Thomas, and Clark. And 24 to Maddox, possible hit by pitch, and that's above the range, so that will be an out as Ferguson retires him on a fly out to right field. The easy play for George Brown. Back to the top of the order for the Pirates as we near the halfway point of this contest. Ferguson gets a sign, kicks and delivers to Thomas. Roy Thomas puts that into play and accidentally drew a reference card there. Left-handed batter, that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. So Thomas retired on the short put out by Jack Hanifin. 2 down. Fred Clark comes up, and Clark, Pirates manager and captain, he is 0 for 1 today with a walk and a run scored. Here comes a pitch. 23, and Clark, that's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop and an easy 2-hopper there for Dolan. Makes the throw to first, and side is retired. 3 up, 3 down. The second time Ferguson has accomplished that feat as we head to the bottom of the 5th. Still 2-1 Pirates up. Pitcher spot, Cecil Ferguson leads it off for the Doves. And 63 going to Maddox's card. That's going to be an out. And a fly out to shallow left field. Coming in to grab that basket catch style is Fred Clark. So 1 down to start the 5th inning. Top of the order, Beals Becker. Becker single to lead off the first for the Doves and later flown out to right field. 54, and we are going to the crazy chart again. Nobody on base, and base is empty. Ground ball to the pitcher who knocks it down, picks it up, fires to first for the out, unless roll for his error rating for a wild throw batter to second. And 10. Maddox has an error rating of 11, so he's going to throw that into the stands, and his own worst enemy, first error of the game. And that's going to put Becker at second base, so runner in scoring position. Johnny Bates will be the batter. Bates, 0 for 1 with a sacrifice back in the first. Here comes a pitch. And 12, that's going to be a sharp line out to the, actually a foul tip to the catcher. So refer to the catcher range rating. So, and this is another one of these cool nuances that come into play with the fast action cards. So Gibson, he's got a range rating of G. B drops it, S catches it, and it doesn't even reference a G rating on here. Jeez. All right, so we're going to say he dropped that and re-rolled the at-bat. So much for that. 26 to Johnny Bates, and that is going to be a single against the right-handed batter. So that failed catch on the tipped foul is going to cause a problem, as from second to home, fast and average runner scores, and Beals-Becker is average, and we have a tie ball game for unearned run. Hopefully I did that right, but I did not see a G on the fast action card, so replayed it. It is now 2-2. And again, this is a game that Pittsburgh desperately needs to win to hold serve with the Cubbies in our 1908 chase to the pennant. 31, and George Brown, that's going to go to Maddox's card, and that is going to be yet another single. And this time that'll be a base hit to right, first to third with a weak arm. And in right field for the Pirates, Spike Shannon's average, so station to station there. But the Dubs threatening a big inning here in the bottom of the fifth. They've already tied the score. Fred Stem up. Still only a single out. Runners on first and second, 56. And 56 going to go to the pitcher's card. And Maddox looking for a strikeout. He gets it. So no foul tip this time. That is a straight and true fastball. And back to the dugout goes Stem. A wasted opportunity. And Bill Sweeney will come up looking for a little two-out lightning. Here comes a pitch, 35, and that's going to be an out. Maddox out of the inning, as that's driven into left field, and coming in to make the play is Fred Clark. So the Dubs are retired. They do get an unearned run, though. 2 hits and an error, 2 left, as we are through 5. It's 2-2, tied up, and a pitcher's duel heading into the 6th inning. All right, I took the plunge and ordered a Fall Classic this morning with this season, among others. What other season did you get? You're going to like this, Captain Carl. It is an excellent game. IDJ, the catcher rating is their R rating. They are either G, N, or B for their range. Yeah, and that didn't show up on the fact card unless, again, I am somehow missing something, but we will leave it stat as is, and I'll go check the rule book on that. Yeah, you'll definitely love this game. It's real. I'm having a lot of fun with this as we head to the top of the 6th. And Ferguson facing Tommy Leach. And Tommy Leach 62. And we're going to go to Ferguson's card. And Ferguson with his good stuff, or average stuff, swing and a miss. And Leach does not strike out much, but he couldn't catch up with that high heat. Honus Wagner, the batter. And Wagner 1 for 2 today, 32, and we're going to go to Ferguson's card for that. Wagner puts the ball into play, and that's going to be a ground out back to Ferguson. The easy flip to first. 2 quick outs here in the top of the 6th, and that will bring up Ed Apaticio. Apaticio has an RBI in this ball game. And Ferguson delivers. Apaticio swings. I can't get these damn cards right. And that's driven into center field. And taking a few steps back to pull that in is Beals-Becker. So 3 up, 3 down go the Pirates in the 6th as we head to the bottom of the frame. All tied up. And Boston looking to complete the comeback as Harry Smith leads it off. Maddox, the Pirates ace in 1908, going to go off of his card, and 42 is going to be a free pass. So Smith, patient at the plate, takes ball 4 high on a 3-2 pitch, and that brings up Jack Hanifin. And Hanifin's going to lay down a bunt, and that is a beautiful bunt. Gets that down. It's hit back to the pitcher. The only play is to first base. So 1-4 on the putout, sacrifice hit, and moving into scoring position is Harry Smith here. As we are at the stage where every run counts. And Bill Dolan 1 down with a chance to drive home the go-ahead run. And Dolan pops that up behind home plate and going back near the screen, and that is going to be pulled in, a foul out. So very nice play going backwards there for the Pirate catcher Gibson. And 2 down in the pitcher spot up. Normally this would be a pinch hitting situation in about any other era of baseball but the dead ball era. And their pitchers were expected to finish what they started, especially in a tie game. And 11 could have been a good result against another batter. Instead, that's going to be a ground ball down to shortstop. Wagner scoops that up along with a whole bunch of infield and whips it across the diamond to Stork. And side is retired. The walk is left at second base. We're through 6. And it is still 2-2. So as we enter the 7th inning, again, our 7th inning fun fact today will be the pitcher for the Pirates, Nick Maddox. And IDJ says, yeah, 100, that's my problem. I got 1922 and 1978. I just got notice that they shipped today. And I'm trying to refrain from ordering more seasons. I also ordered Grid Zone from Gary at Stone Mountain Press. I guess similar to a football game, but not an exact translation. So I'm looking to get that on the channel. It plays very quickly. And IDJ, look at the defensive sheet or player's card for the rating to see if it matches what. Yeah, it didn't. So again, there was no result there for that. Ruggles train station is now located where South End. Cool. What's the address on that? I'm always curious. I go back and research old ballparks sometimes if I can find the area that they were located in. All right, as we head to the 7th for Pittsburgh, it's going to be Stork, Shannon, and George Gibson. Here we go. 35 and 35 are going to the pitcher's card, and Cecil Ferguson is going to give up a single on 1-2, but it's above that. So that will be a ground ball down to shortstop. And Dolan ranges behind the bag to scoop that up. Sidearms at first. 1 down for Spike Shannon. Shannon today 0 for 2. And again, he started the season with the Giants. Came over in a trade late in the season. Puts that into play, and that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. So 4-3 put out for Hannafin, and we have the pitcher spot or catcher spot up, George Gibson. Maddox in the on-deck circle if Gibson can keep it going. And that's not going to happen. As that will be another ground ball down to second. So 3 ground outs, 3 up, 3 down, and Cecil Ferguson is on a bit of a roll. He's retired 9 in a row. As we head to our 7th inning stretch, still tied at 2. And appropriately, Maddox will lead off the next inning. So let's do a little our fun fact about Maddox. Maddox actually, and it doesn't couldn't find out why he changed his name, but he was actually born Nick Duffy in 1886 in Govinstown, Maryland, and a very sparsely populated town outside of Baltimore. And he was working in the early 1900s as a clerk in a drugstore in Baltimore, making the princely sum of $6 a week before he got his start in professional or playing baseball on the sandlots. And first came to acclaim as a 16-year-old in 1903 when he drove his club, the Lawrenceville Country Club, Lawrenceville Country Club 9 to an 8-7 victory, or the BBH Club, I should say. And he got signed by Huey Jennings of the Eastern League of that year. So basically, he came up to the Pirates in 1907, had an amazing September call-up, went 5-1, and actually pitched the first no-hitter for the Pirates, and it would be the last one for some 44 years. And he also holds the modern baseball record as the youngest no-hitter ever pitched at the age of 20. So a very good start to his career. Unfortunately, after a stellar 1908 season, and again, he went 23-8 during 1908. Had arm troubles, pitched sporadically in 1909, the year that the Pirates went to the World Series and became world champions over the Tigers. And pretty much his baseball career was done by the age of 24. So a very short and promising career snuffed out by arm injuries. And of course, back then we did not have the medical technology that we do now. In his later lives, a little bit of tragedy. In 1941, his wife, Elizabeth Mulligan Duffy, died of breast cancer and left Nick to cope with 8 children, the youngest only 8 months old at the time. And he really popped up one more time. In May 1951, Cliff Chambers for the Pirates threw the first Pirate no-hitter since Maddox's in 1907. And when contacted to see if he hated to see his record as the only Pirate pitcher to throw a no-hitter, I guess, shattered or ruined, he said he was pulling for him. But again, he went on to say that pitchers today aren't pitchers, they're throwers. Talk about fastballs. And he said that in his day, he would throw one so fast past that guy Kiner that he'd get pneumonia from the wind. So taking a little bit of a shot at Hall of Famer Ralph Kiner. He worked in a brewery in his later years, and after suffering or contracting tuberculosis, he was admitted to the Leach Farm Hospital in Pittsburgh in 1954, and he died there on November 27th of that same year at the age of 68, survived by his 8 children. And on his grave, inscribed on his grave, Nick Maddox Duffy, Pirate pitcher, first no-hitter in 1907. So there you go, our fun fact about the Pirates hurler, Nick Maddox, as we head to the bottom of the 7th inning. And I don't know how that is there, as Beals Becker set to lead it off for the hometown Dubs, looking to break our 2-2 tie, and 66, and Becker gets into that, and split result, unfortunately. Could have been extra bases, but he's going to be held to a single. So Becker down to first base to start the 7th inning off for the Dubs. And Bates is going to come up, and once again, we're going to play a little small ball. And check it in with Captain Carl. Northeastern University is located where the Huntington Avenue grounds were. There's a statue of Cy Young on the campus. That's pretty cool. So are you a Boston native or still live there? 61 to Johnny Bates. Yeah, I'd like to. That's pretty cool. They put up a picture of Cy Young. I wonder how many students of the university even know who he is. As Bates steps in, and 61, we're going to go to Maddox's card, and that's going to be a strikeout on a roll of 1 to 12. And 12, swing and a miss. Maddox freezes him with a bender. Big strikeout there, as George Brown will be the batter. 41 to Brown, and again going to Maddox's card. That's going to be a base on ball. So Nick has been plagued with a little bit of wildness in this game, and that puts a runner in scoring position for Fred Stem. And Stem has struck out twice and grounded out to the pitcher, 11. And this time he's going to drive that into the outfield, a single for Stem. And second to home, we are going to do the assist thing. Probably not going to be good for Mr. Becker, as that goes to center field. And in center field for the Pirates is Roy Thomas. He has an assist rating of 3, so 50-50 chance. Coming around third is Becker, trying to give the Dubs the go-ahead run. Here comes a throw from Thomas, a slide, and he is safe. Beats the throw, and going to third is Brown. To second on the throw is the batter Stem. So a big-time RBI single, and the Dubs take the lead 3-2 in a game that Pittsburgh absolutely has to win to keep pace with the Chicago Cubs. And now they have a deficit to scratch out of as Bill Sweeney steps up. And here comes a pitch going to Maddox's card and Sweeney. Base on balls on a roll of 1 to 8. That is a 2. He is indeed going to draw the walk, and the sacks are loaded. Jammed with doves as Harry Smith comes up. Still only a single out, and Maddox in a pickle needs to pitch his way out of this. 43, and again, our base on balls on a roll of 1 to 8. This time he is above that, so that's going to be put in play and popped up, and that is going to be popped up to the first baseman, who drifts into foul territory to pull that in, and that's a huge out. As squeezing that is Alan Stork, and 2 down now. A sigh of relief by Maddox, as they could have blown the game open. Jack Hanifin, the batter. Still not out of trouble, though, as Hanifin is 2 for 2 and also has a sacrifice hit. Here comes a pitch, 61, and Maddox comes up big. That's going to be a strikeout on 1 to 12. Swing and a miss. So the Doves, they do go ahead, though, on a couple of hits, a couple of walks. They leave the bases loaded, however, as we head to the 8th inning. It's 3-2. Boston has fought back and taken the lead. And I said, we live in Rhode Island and used to work about a block and a half from Fenway. That is cool. Fenway Park. I've been to Wrigley and Yankee Stadium. Fenway is the one park that is still on my bucket list I have not gotten to. So hopefully in the next couple of years, I will get to Boston to see that. As much as I hate the Red Sox, I would just love to be in a historic place like Fenway just to watch a game. Not against the Yankees, though. So Maddox, and in a 3-2 game, well, if the game close, 2 innings to go, I'm going to make the managerial decision to leave him in. We'll see if it pays off. 32. Not this time, as that's going to be a ground ball, and going off the white die, that'll be a chopper in front of the plate, and picking that up is Harry Smith. 2-3 on the putout. And the other players on the bench are second-guessing my decision not to pinch hit, but Maddox has pitched well overall as we go to the top of the order. Roy Thomas. And 41 goes to Ferguson's card, and Thomas is going to draw a free pass. So Fred Clark steps up, and we're going to try a little hit and run action. Here we go. Add those up, 11. That's going to be a fly ball into left field, and runners return safely to the base. Runner on third holds. So hit and run A grade, though, a single. Runners advance 2 if batting average 300 or greater. Could we have any more conditions? So batting average is not 300 or greater. He does have the hit and run A, but the batting average lets him down. So Clark's going to be retired on the fly out to left field. And another good example of how ratings are incorporated off the players' cards. So 2 down, runners on first for the diminutive Tommy Leach. And Leach, 1 to 15 is a walk, and he does indeed draw the free pass. Second in the inning for Ferguson. And Ferguson may be getting tired. He can face 36 batters, which is basically going to get him through this order in a complete 4 times. So Honus Wagner, tying run on second base, and Tony Porter from Cards and Dice Baseball TV with Tony Porter has joined us. So welcome to the ballpark, my friend. And Tony's messing with my new printer because I got G-Fiber. It's driving me nuts. You have some PDFs to print off, Tony, as Honus Wagner steps up. 13, and 13 single on 1 to 9. Honus Wagner comes through, the Flying Dutchman, and that's going to be a base hit to left field, second to home. And a fast runner is going to advance, and we do have a fast runner in Roy Thomas. So station to station go the first 2 runners, but Roy Thomas has come around to score the tying run on a huge clutch single by Honus Wagner. It is now 3-3, and 2 outs for Ed Apaticio. Apaticio looking to give the Pirates a lead. Here comes a pitch, and Apaticio not as proficient as Honus. That's going to be driven hard into left field on a line, but right at Johnny Bates, who makes a 2-handed grab. side is retired. So Pittsburgh gets a run on a hit, a couple of walks in there as well. We head to the bottom of the 8th inning, tied up at 3 and looking at potential free baseball. It's going to be Dolan, Ferguson, and then top of the order and 24. What happens with Ferguson is going to depend on what Dolan does. And Dolan takes one for the team, a fastball in the ribs. And I think based on that, we're actually going to leave Ferguson in, and he's going to lay down a bunt. Sacrifice rating of 5. Here comes a pitch, and he can't get it down. 2 strikes. It's got to be a 3 or less now. Here we go, and Ferguson comes up big, gets it down, and that's going to go to the pitcher. Only one play over to the second baseman covering first, and Bill Dolan is now in scoring position. So Ferguson, clutch, comes up and lays down the bunt with 2 strikes, and the Boston Doves are in business. Go-ahead run at second base. Top of the order for Beals Becker. And here comes a pitch from Maddox, 31 going to Maddox's card, and that's going to be a single, and the pitcher could have helped himself. Base hit to right field, second to home. Fast runner is going to advance, and we have a slow as hell runner in Bill Dolan. So much for that as he stops at third base, but still only 1 out. And now the Pirates get a little action going in their bullpen. So warming up for the Pirates is going to be the veteran Sam Lever. And house rule, a pitcher has to face 2 batters after I start warming someone up. So Johnny Bates to give the Doves the lead once again, and 61. That's not going to get it done. That's going to be a strikeout on a roll of 1 to 12, which it's not. So Bates able to put it in play, and that's going to be a fly ball into right field, third to home. An F or an F plus runner advance a hold. Slow runner might get thrown out. So refer to the outfielder assist rating and roll a D6. If equal to or less, runner is out. So we are going to have a play at the plate. And in right field for the Pittsburgh 9 is Spike Shannon, and he has an assist rating of 0. So a big lollipop comes back into the infield, and the slow-footed Bill Dolan has tied the game. On a sacrifice fly by Johnny Bates, it is now 4-3 Boston, so Pittsburgh unable to handle their success as George Brown steps up. 11 to Brown, and Maddox, 1 batter too late. It's going to get out of the inning as that's going to be a ground ball down to second base. So Apaticio ends things for the Pirates, but once again, running a hit. Boston has come back to take the lead, and we are heading to the final inning of this one. For the Pirate 9, it's going to be Stort, Shannon, and Gibson, and then the pitcher spot if we get this far. So Ferguson looking to nail down the complete game victory, just like he did in real life, 4-3 here. It was 2-1 in real life when they played in 1908. And 26, and against a left-handed thrower, that would be a single, but he is a righty. So instead, that's going to be a harmless fly ball into right field that George Brown takes care of. 1 down to start the 9th. Spike Shannon, the batter. Shannon today is on the schneid. He is 0 for 3, 2 ground outs and a fly out. Here comes a pitch, 11 to Shannon, and he's going to remain there. It's going to be a line drive right back to the pitcher in self-defense. Ferguson throws up the glove and snags that. 2 away. George Gibson, the catcher, will be the last chance for Pittsburgh with his stellar .228 batting average. 1 and a 2, and that's going to do it. So the Boston Doves, as that ball is driven into center field and an easy play out in center field for Becker. The Boston Doves rally to overtake the Pirates and complete a 4-3 comeback victory on a scrappy effort on the hill by Cecil Ferguson. Let's get our final line score. So Ferguson in this game in real life gave up 4 hits. Not too much worse than this one. He gives up 6, but 3 runs, as the Pirates' final line score 3-6-1. And for the Doves, accumulate 10 hits off the Pirates' ace Maddox, no errors, 4 runs across the plate. So a 4-3 Boston win. And let's look at our player of the game for the Sox. And that is going to go to Beals Becker, who made the final out of the game. Becker, offensively, he had a stellar 3-for-5 day at the plate and scored a couple of runs, so he gets our game ball. And Pittsburgh, just like they did in real life, lost this game, so they're going to fall right now a game and a half behind the Cubs, who have yet to play on 9/25. And they're going to be hoping for a Cubs loss as they look to stay in contention in our 1908 Penna home stretch. So Boston with the win. Let's go back and thank everyone who joined us. Bears Den 007 here for the duration. Thanks for listening. And Matt Steeler Fan 1933, Robert AJL 518. Stop by to leave a like and grab a beer. Check out that great channel. ID Gesture, of course. He's got some Fall Classic going and also some APA going on his channel currently. And Daniel Patana, I hope I'm saying that right, joining us all the way from Australia, a player of the game. Welcome and thanks for stopping by, my friend. And Kent from SDG Replays, check out that channel as well. He's got some action PC gaming going on there. Captain Carl 8, who has ordered the game. And again, I think you are going to enjoy it immensely. Our good friend D. Scott Howard, scaring IDJ with threats of Clinton Parks moving to Florida. And Pete M. once again joining us at the park. And yeah, this is a fun game if you're still here, Pete. Definitely a top 3 with payoff pitch and inside pitch. Even though I have only played like a half dozen games, I'm enjoying it a great deal. And of course, the baseball cards and dice guru, Tony Porter from C&D Baseball TV. He plays every baseball game ever made. So appreciate you all stopping by. Hey, this is Anthony with Bleacher Bums Gaming. Stay young, keep playing games, and we will see you all later. Have a good night, y'all. And if you don't mind on the way out, smash that like button as you go through the turnstiles, and have a great evening.